Kindly like, subscribe and comment to get daily updates. AK Bajaj Investment PVT Ltd. Promoter Group disposed 6.98 thousand shares of AMRIT Corp. worth 57.62 lakh rupees via buyback. AMRIT Agro Industries Limited. Promoter Group disposed 15.69 thousand shares of AMRIT Corp. worth 1.29 crore rupees via buyback. AMRIT Banaspati Company PVT Ltd. Promoter Group disposed 66.12 thousand shares of AMRIT Corp. worth 5.45 crore rupees via buyback. Anuradha Gupta Promoter Group disposed 80 shares of AMRIT Corp. worth 66,000 rupees via buyback. Ashwani Kumar Bajaj Promoter Group disposed 9.15 thousand shares of AMRIT Corp. worth 75.50 lakh rupees via buyback. Jaya Bajaj Promoter Group disposed 7.54 thousand shares of AMRIT Corp. worth 62.17 lakh rupees via buyback. Manvendra Moore Promoter Group disposed 250 shares of AMRIT Corp. worth 2.06 lakh rupees via buyback. Naresh Kumar Bajaj Promoter Group disposed 3.39 thousand shares of AMRIT Corp. worth 27.94 lakh rupees via buyback. Navjyoti Residency Private Limited Promoter Group disposed 9.88 thousand shares of AMRIT Corp. worth 81.53 lakh rupees via buyback. Sneha Jadya Promoter Group disposed 780 shares of AMRIT Corp. worth 6.43 lakh rupees via buyback. Sunita Moore Promoter Group disposed 73 shares of AMRIT Corp. worth 60.23 thousand rupees via buyback. VK Bajaj Investment PVT Ltd. Promoter Group disposed 3.33 thousand shares of AMRIT Corp. worth 27.44 lakh rupees via buyback. Vandana Bajaj Promoter Group disposed 7.55 thousand shares of AMRIT Corp. worth 62.25 lakh rupees via buyback. Varun Bajaj Promoter Group disposed 142 shares of AMRIT Corp. worth 1.17 lakh rupees via buyback. Vikram Kumar Bajaj Promoter Group disposed 9.16 thousand shares of AMRIT Corp. worth 75.59 lakh rupees via buyback. Ankur Tripathi Designated Person revoked 5.44 thousand shares of 4 Small Finance Bank worth 38.58 lakh rupees via pledged released. Narayan Sabu Hafkata Narayan Sabu Promoter Group acquired 26.04 thousand shares of Bigbloc Construction worth 10.57 lakh rupees via market purchase. Jagdeep Singh Sodhi Designated Person acquired 10.00 thousand shares of CHAMBAL Fertilizers and Chemicals worth 7.35 lakh rupees via ESOP. Baburaj LK Designated Person acquired 11.82 thousand shares of Coromandel International worth 47.75 lakh rupees via ESOP. Mr. Sridhar Seshadri Designated Person acquired 27.00 thousand shares of DCB Bank worth 11.63 lakh rupees via ESOP. Amisha RANCHHO DBHAI Patel KMP disposed 200 shares of DYNEMIC products worth 40.94 thousand rupees via a market sale. Harsimran Singh Director's immediate relative acquired 2.00 thousand shares of Dolfin Rubbers worth 99.60 thousand rupees via market purchase. Dr. Lal PathLabs Employee Welfare Trust disposed 1.63 thousand shares of Dr. Lal PathLabs worth 16.32 thousand rupees via ESOP. Dr. Vandana Lal Promoter and Director disposed 1.12 lakh shares of Dr. Lal PathLabs worth 21.29 crore rupees via a market sale. Williamson McGaw and CO Promoter Invoke 56.83 lakh shares of EVEREADY Industries India worth 82.92 crore rupees via invocation of pledged. Ganesh Balasubramanian, employee, acquired 9.40 thousand shares of ICICI Bank worth 20.91 lakh rupees via ESOS. Sanjeev Mantri, designated person, acquired 40.00 thousand shares of ICICI Bank worth 71.10 lakh rupees via ESOS. Sumit Sanghi, employee, acquired 21.46 thousand shares of ICICI Bank worth 46.90 lakh rupees via ESOS. Sameer Gupta, designated person, disposed 4.00 thousand shares of INDUSIND Bank worth 20.15 lakh rupees via a market sale. S. Rajiv Rangasamy, promoter group, disposed 85.00 thousand shares of K.C.P worth 47.67 lakh rupees via a market sale. Adarsh Kumar Jain, employee, disposed 20.00 thousand shares of Key Industries worth 73.01 lakh rupees via a market sale. Dilip Kumar Banal, employee, disposed 10.00 thousand shares of Key Industries worth 36.57 lakh rupees via a market sale. Kali Charan Sharma, employee, disposed 15.00 thousand shares of Key Industries worth 55.49 lakh rupees via market sale. Kishore Kunal, employee, disposed 20.00 thousand shares of Key Industries worth 72.99 lakh rupees via market sale. Lalit Sharma, employee, disposed 20.00 thousand shares of Key Industries worth 72.30 lakh rupees via a market sale. Rajiv Gupta, director, disposed 48.00 thousand shares of Key Industries worth 1.76 crore rupees via a market sale. KPIT Technologies Employees Welfare Trust, other, disposed 35.00 thousand shares of KPIT Technologies worth 27.58 lakh rupees via a market sale. VRAJVIRDHAN, promoter and director, disposed 44.73 thousand shares of L.G.BALAKRISHNAN and Bros, worth 95.84 lakh rupees via a market sale. LOHIA Fiscal Markets Private Limited, promoter group, acquired 20.00 thousand shares of LOHIA Securities worth 7.24 lakh rupees via market purchase. Mudit Singhal, designated person, disposed 3.00 thousand shares of Laurus Labs worth 31.45 lakh rupees via a market sale. Suresh Babu MADDINENI, employee, disposed 1,000 shares of Laurus Labs worth 10.10 lakh rupees via a market sale. Vishwanatha Murali Krishna PPARAJU, designated person, disposed 3.00 thousand shares of Laurus Labs worth 30.84 lakh rupees via a market sale. Max Ventures Investment Holdings Private, promoter, pledged 2.30 lakh shares of Max Financial Services worth 12.16 crore rupees via creation of pledged. Max Ventures Investment Holdings Private, promoter, revoked 63.71 lakh shares of Max Financial Services worth 338.57 crore rupees via revocation of pledged. Atul Lal, employee's immediate relative, acquired 9.89 thousand shares of Max Ventures in Industries worth 3.76 lakh rupees via market purchase. AV Dwellings Private, promoter group, acquired 30.00 thousand shares of NAVA Bharat Ventures worth 16.02 lakh rupees via market purchase. SRT Investments Private, promoter group, acquired 60.00 thousand shares of NAVA Bharat Ventures worth 31.51 lakh rupees via market purchase. Ramanathan Venkateshwaram, designated person, disposed 2.00 thousand shares of Persistent Systems worth 19.70 lakh rupees via a market sale. Narendra Vishambharanath Arora, designated person, acquired 1.43 thousand shares of PIRAMAL Enterprises worth 21.12 lakh rupees via ESOP. Narendra Vishambharanath Arora, designated person, disposed 1.43 thousand shares of PIRAMAL Enterprises worth 21.12 lakh rupees via ESOP. PIRAMAL Enterprises Senior Employees Welfare Trust. Other, disposed 1.43 thousand shares of PIRAMAL Enterprises worth 21.12 lakh rupees via ESOP. Vijay Chandulal Shah, promoter and director, acquired 1.00 thousand shares of PRERNA INFRABUILD worth 11.26 thousand rupees via market purchase. Ajay Bijli, promoter and director, acquired 4.74 lakh shares of PVR worth 37.19 crore rupees via public right. Nitin Sood KMP acquired 2.67 thousand shares of PVR worth 20.89 lakh rupees via public right. Sanjeev Kumar, promoter and director, acquired 3.43 lakh shares of PVR worth 26.86 crore rupees via public right. Satish Kumar Kesha, promoter, acquired 4.77 thousand shares of SACHETA Metals worth 70.95 thousand rupees via market purchase. Dilip Vashampayan, designated person, disposed 5.90 thousand shares of SEQUENT Scientific worth 8.26 lakh rupees via a market sale. SHRIRAM Capital, promoter, acquired 74.60 lakh shares of SHRIRAM Transport Finance CO, worth 425.22 crore rupees via allotment. SHRIRAM Financial Ventures Chennai Private, promoter group, acquired 6.87 thousand shares of SHRIRAM Transport Finance CO, worth 39.15 lakh rupees via allotment. Anand Agrawal, director, disposed 50.00 thousand shares of STERLITE Technologies worth 68.25 lakh rupees via a market sale. KMUD Vidya, director's immediate relative, acquired 3.00 thousand shares of Solara Active Pharma Sciences worth 26.31 lakh rupees via market purchase. Nankishore Garg, promoter, disposed 18.00 lakh shares of Vikas Ecotech worth 18 lakh rupees via gift. Vikas Garg, promoter and director, acquired 18.00 lakh shares of Vikas Ecotech worth 18 lakh rupees via gift. Vikas Garg, promoter and director, disposed 18.00 lakh shares of Vikas Ecotech worth 18 lakh rupees via a market sale. Ajay Bhaskar, designated person, acquired 19.33 thousand shares of WIPRO worth 53.85 lakh rupees via ESOP. Chandrasekhar Sen, designated person, acquired 6.40 thousand shares of WIPRO worth 17.83 lakh rupees via ESOP. JNPAWANIA, designated person, acquired 85.00 thousand shares of Yes Bank worth 9.75 lakh rupees via allotment. JNPAWANIA, designated person, disposed 45.00 thousand shares of Yes Bank worth 6.32 lakh rupees via a market sale. Paras Desai, designated person, acquired 56.00 thousand shares of Yes Bank worth 6.31 lakh rupees via allotment. Paras Desai, designated person, disposed 56.00 thousand shares of Yes Bank worth 8.29 lakh rupees via market sale.